We in the building. P.O.E Cast. We'll jump over to Facebook right fast. Make sure that Facebook is right with us. Go ahead and start that up. It's $2 Tuesday. That's right, it's $2 Tuesday. We gonna get it started, man. This is the P.O.E Cast. That's right, I said P.O.E, not pod, but P.O.E, P-O-E, providing official entertainment, providing official education for the people on Earth. And as we know, everybody on this planet, not from this planet. Okay, we're gonna talk about Jarvis Butts. This man's from Detroit, and he did some heinous pedo stuff. We're going to talk about this guy in a minute because this is a little crazy. We're going to go into this news, and we got another guy in Detroit who we're going to definitely tap into. He did the same damn thing on the run for 6 years, and they finally caught him, so you see no panties. Then we're going to talk about the deputy who shot this teen in his face with a pepper spray pellet gun. I don't know if you know anything about pepper spray pellet guns, but they hurt. Then we're going to talk about the panhandling that went wrong, went very, very wrong, and set that damn woman on fire. We're going to talk about this story out of Florida. Detroit and Florida. Okay, and then we're going to talk about these strikes that's going on with the docks. We're going to catch up with some of that news, talk about a little bit of these dock strikes that's happening. I said dyke strikes. Oh, and then we got to get into Candace. She's back on in episode 75 for us, and I believe for her new drop on Kamala and her ethnicity. So we're going to tap into that, and we got so much more here on... Yes, the P.O.E Cast. Yes.
That was quite the introduction there.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It was feeling like something?
You did good.
Yeah. All right, hold on. All right, so listen, we gonna wait a little bit as you guys get in, see what's going on, listen to the music. We here. Tap in.
Go through a lot, shit hurt my brain. Pop me a perk, don't think I'm okay. Sis locked up, that shit in the way. A lot going on.
Was it really?
A lot going on,
Robin?
Cops on dick.
What up, Rob?
Try to walk in my shoes, they not gonna fit. PTSD when I will in the skit.
Don't mind us, man. We just letting that music right. What y'all think about the song?
You doing that time, you gonna go get dick. When you doing that time, you
listen to this. We ain't the same. That's like that I'm going. It ain't a game. You don't feel pain. Even when I'm joking. I'm not playing. What is you saying? We ain't the same. Yeah, I like this one. Little bug eye, a little different from the
Bug Eye Collection?
Yeah, a little bit different from that
the other one.
Yeah, that. Little different than that.
If you know, you know.
If you know, then you know. But
that's where we're gonna leave it at.
Okay, so hold on, let me tap into the chats over here on the tube just in case somebody want to tap in. I see Dave in the building. Shout out to Dave in the building. He's over here in YouTube. Again, you can come over to YouTube. You can be at Facebook. As you can see, most people, we've been on Facebook. Most of our fans be on Facebook. We started there kind of like Charleston White. But we're transitioning over to YouTube. So you do see the P.O.E Cast, Core Hard Facts. That is the label that you'll be looking for, the name you'll be looking for. So we are on YouTube. But for my Facebook fans, shout out to you. Okay, so listen. Matter of fact, let me start off. How was your day?
It was wonderful.
Yes. Anything you want to tell the world?
No.
Okay. That was fast. That was it. Yeah. Anything funny you heard about anything going on?
Anything funny?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys always know I hear funny stuff. I have so many funny videos for you guys.
Yeah, what you got?
Well, I don't have anything lined up right now, but
I just wanted to pour this off the side so I guess, I didn't want to be on camera while I pour this.
Stand him.
You know what I mean? I was trying to respect the cameras, respect the people who are watching. If you see any fuzzy on my lip, it's you know what I mean? It's just beer. It's not cocaine. It's just beer. It's just, you see the frost in there? Hold on, let me see something. No, I don't have it, but just in case I would have had it.
You really tested the
Yeah, because you know how this goes, man. You know how it can get in here.
Wow.
It can get real spooky in these streets here. Okay, but listen. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, right? I'm going to tap you into, matter of fact, let's go back to my clips. Or this is how we're going to start it off today. We're going to get into the clips of the things that are happening. So check this out. It was the $2 Tuesday, yada, whoop-de-whoop. But let's go ahead and move over real fast. This right here. We're going to talk about this guy, Jarvis Butts, a Detroit man charged in homicide, sexual assault of missing teen, Nazia. Is that how you say her name? Nazia Harris. So yeah, we're gonna jump into this story real fast. Talk about this guy and the craziness with him. So you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
Let's cut that off, and here we go.
An already horrific story gets worse. A man is charged with murder and sex crimes after investigators say he killed a 13-year-old girl to hide the fact that he had gotten her pregnant. The body of 13-year-old Neziah Harris, though, has never been found.
That's despite a lot of searching since her disappearance in January. Today, disturbing new details came to light as 41-year-old Jarvis Butts appeared in court to face several charges, and not just linked to Neziah. Sean Lay is live with these new revelations. Sean, it is difficult to even say out loud what this man is accused of doing.
I'm glad you said that, Kimberly. Absolutely. Stomach turning every fact that we're revealing and digging on this story. Absolutely. We're talking about motive here. We're talking about a guy, 41-year-old Jarvis Butts, just inside 36th District Court. Prosecutors laying out motive here. That at age 13, Neziah Harris, he got her pregnant. He was reporting to prison. He was turning himself in the very day the Neziah went missing. Prosecutors say he could not allow her to have his baby while he was in prison. It would reveal years upon years of sexual abuse. Here's the latest.
Mr. Butts is a serial child rapist and murderer. The evidence will show that Jarvis Butts has been sexually assaulting Neziah Harris since at least the fall of 2022, and that Neziah Harris was pregnant.
This is the first time we are seeing 41-year-old Jarvis Butts in court, accused of the sexual assault and murder of 13-year-old Neziah Harris. And we learned new information from prosecutors today. Neziah went missing January 9th. On the very same day, Butts was due to turn himself in to serve a year sentence for carrying a concealed weapon. Listen closely to Assistant County Prosecutor Tina Ripley saying Butts had a Neziah Harris problem he had to handle before reporting to prison.
To turn himself in on January 9th of 2024 to serve a year-long sentence for CCW. This date ultimately got moved to February 7th of 2024, allowing him the opportunity and time to take care of his Neziah Harris problem.
Cover up a pregnancy, you hear about a pregnancy, and now you want to make sure that the pregnancy is gone and Neziah disappears.
Tiffany Jennings is Neziah's aunt. She has never spoken out before until now. Who's ultimately responsible for protecting Neziah from this guy?
Oh, what a loaded question, right, Sean? In my personal opinion, with no affiliation, there are multiple parties involved, as many have already stated. And I just have to hold on to hope that the entire truth will come to light. This is the beginning of the truth, and we're very grateful for this part, but the entire story will come out.
Quickly to say who Tiffany Jennings is there. She's Neziah's aunt. However, Neziah's dad, that's her sister, so she was not involved in the family goings-ons inside different houses about protecting this little girl. I won't explain who that is. Butts hit with 2 other charges, one for the sexual assault of a girl under the age of 13, and another, his own daughter, apparently 4 years old, who allegedly gave an STD. I told you, it just keeps getting worse. He is now being held without any bond. Chief White said it best yesterday that if convicted, if all this is true, that he cannot hurt anyone else. That's why Tamara Smith, Board of Commissioners, Police Chief Kim Worthy saying if anyone else feels that they have been assaulted or violated or part of this case, have the bravery to come forward right now. Back to you.
Just awful.
What you think about that?
You already know.
Yeah. Well, Detroit's on fire because now, and you heard what they said though? It was his 4-year-old daughter. Like this man. I don't know what's out there in that.
I'm speechless. I really can't even. I can't even find the words. Disgusting.
This is the mindset of people that are out here in this world, though. You know what I mean? So, like, that's all I'm saying. Like, this is the mindset of people in our near world. And this is the type of time.
Oh, he definitely is, Ramit. Trust and believe. Ramit said he getting the DP. Like, what?
Listen, that we don't even have to stop there because it wait, it gets worse. It just gets worse. We're gonna just go ahead and jump right.
Just the ending of the story. Just what the aunt had to say has me like, what else is about to pop up out this trial? The
way she said it was as if like there was more people that knew what was going on and did nothing or said nothing. It was a lot of So
turning the other eye, seeing things but not speaking, and who knows? We gonna find out.
Well, listen to this. It doesn't get better; it gets worse. But I mean, I guess this one to be a little bit better, but it ain't. None of this shit is good. But listen to this. Let me just wait for the video. Let me stop that real fast. Let me give you a little heads up. Let's see if it's gonna stop or it's gonna play. The video's doing a little bit of craziness. Okay, let me give you a little bit on the story. This man, Olsen, has been on the run for 6 years.
Okay.
From a sexual assault case, and this is basically him getting arrested 6 years after the fact and how he was arrested.
Hey, Randall, can you step on out of the car for me? You got any weapons on you or anything? No. Come on out of the car. There you go. Can you turn around and put your hands on the car for me? You're under arrest. Yeah, we're going to put the paper count up first.
A convicted sex offender on the run since 2018 for crimes in Michigan is tracked down and arrested in Burien. Now detectives want you to take a good look at his face because he's been living here the whole time using fake names. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Sabira Rayford.
And I'm David Rose. His real name is Corey Olsen. And as it turns out, he was labeled Detroit's most wanted after he disappeared in 2018. SeaTac police say there is a serious concern that Olsen may have more vulnerable victims here in crimes that have gone unreported.
I love the Find Me puzzle.
When King County Sheriff's Detective Riley Michaelbus started working to locate a man accused of identity theft, he realized he might be onto something bigger.
After about a week of looking through 10+ addresses, years of records, I couldn't figure out who this guy was. And that was a hint, because usually I can figure it out.
He had a few pieces to the puzzle, including photos of the suspect, who was working temp jobs under the name Randall. The real Randall works at McDonald's in Kansas.
Kansas reached out and said, hey, there's this guy working with our victim's social security number up in Washington. And every year the feds are sending him like a tax bill. Every year the feds are sending him a tax bill. You're working in Washington, why aren't you paying taxes on it? And the poor victim in Kansas was like, I've never even been to Washington.
Detective Michaelbus knew he could charge the suspect for identity theft and forgery, but still had no idea who he really was.
I was concerned, like who hides their identity like this guy does?
Then he learned Randall was working at a new job in Burien.
So we went over to that business and I spotted him getting into his car.
After he left, police pulled him over.
And when he got out of the car, he pushed a sergeant and ran away. He actually made it pretty far.
Detective Michaelbus was following in his minivan, cut him off before he could escape, and took him to the ground.
Okay, now that we've all calmed down, chill, okay? We're gonna get through this, all right?
I can't believe I made it that far.
No, hold on.
Good job.
Fingerprints identified Randall as Corey Allen Olsen.
What did he say?
He wouldn't give it up.
That's when Detective Michael Googled him and discovered he'd caught Detroit's most wanted. After Olsen injured a deputy when he crashed a car while trying to escape, he was convicted of sexually assaulting a teenage girl. He was paroled in 2017 and was about to head back to prison when he fled.
Once again, Olsen is charged with another sexual assault, a child the first time, and now this person with special needs.
After showing him, telling him I could see him on YouTube, he would not admit that he wasn't.
He wouldn't say it was him.
Yo.
He was taking that to the grave.
Yo, that fat old dude was running. How he make it so far? How fat was the cops to make it that far?
Not me. Like it was the dude that was talking on the TV that said that he was chasing him. They pulled him over.
Yeah.
He was right there.
They pulled him over, and then when they pulled him over to arrest Randall, he takes off running.
Yeah, I know.
But he no,
I
don't know.
He was determined. You have to understand. He has been waiting for that moment to happen because he's been in the run, so he knew it was coming. So you think he was gonna stay around, get fat, and nah? He was staying fit and ready in case he had to take off.
That man did not look like you think he was fit. Let's go look at this guy again. Let me go run this picture over to this guy. He look fit to you? You think so? I don't know. I guess for what was he, 40 something? Whatever. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't even remember how old he was.
Maybe he did. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, but that was that case. That was another case that was out of Detroit. I have another one for you though. Have you heard about the deputy who shot the teenage kid in the face in Texas with the pepper spray gun? Not the you remember they got the pellets, the poof.
No.
Yeah, oh, you haven't? Yeah, well, this is a crazy story I looked up earlier too. But when you see this video, it doesn't excuse what the cop did, but this is the type of attitude that you should not have as a teenager. Let's just go ahead and jump into this one next.
It is video that is difficult to watch and has not been seen publicly until now. A Medina County Sheriff's deputy capturing on camera the shooting of a teenager in the eye at close range with a high propulsion pepper spray gun.
Take a look at
Warning
this.
that some of the footage that you're about to see in this story may not be suitable for all viewers.
I'm gonna hit him now. Hey, why'd you?
Damn.
Deputy that you see there was convicted of felony assault. Prosecutors say the teen has traumatic and permanent injuries to his eye. Case that investigates Dylan Collier explores what led to that fateful encounter.
It's June 19th, 2023.
My birthday.
After 10 p.m. As Medina County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Nunamaker pulls over a BMW along Highway 90 in Castroville.
Hey, shut it off! Shut it off! Stick your hands out the window, now!
The man taken into custody.
Do not move.
What am I arrested for?
I didn't say you're under arrest.
Will later be identified as 17-year-old Brandon Sanchez. The vehicle was stolen from a robbery at gunpoint in San Antonio just 4 hours earlier and contained a large quantity of drugs, a pellet gun resembling an AR-style rifle, and Sanchez's girlfriend, who is a minor. What transpired in this gas station parking lot over the next hour will change the course of the lives of the suspect and deputy forever. Body camera footage recorded by a Castroville Police Department officer shows Nunamaker becoming more and more agitated.
Kick my door again, you're gonna get hemmed up.
I didn't kick your door.
Sit there and shut up.
The deputy's attempts to inventory what's inside the stolen car interrupted time and again by Sanchez, who demands to know when he'll be taken to jail.
Is he seriously doing this? I'm gonna hit him. Can you hang on for a second? Ted, I'm gonna hit him. I'm done with this.
Nunamaker at one point retrieves leg shackles from his vehicle, but fails to put them on Sanchez, who continues to cause a commotion.
Watch out!
Flex, mother, I dare you.
Bro, chill out, bro. You just hit the out of my head.
After the 7th interruption, Nunamaker pulls out his department-issued pepper spray gun
Hey,
and fires it into the handcuffed Sanchez's eye from about 3.5 feet away.
What did the cop think was going to happen shooting that man in his face like that, boy in his face like that with that gun? He really wanted to shoot him, but found a better way of doing it without killing him and spending the rest of his life in jail. But pretty much, because first of all, if he says Ted, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying.
The team screams.
What?
I can't even. But does he? All right. I know. I am no law enforcement training, but
what'd you say?
I don't know law enforcement.
Oh,
training.
law enforcement training.
But like, you know how you got to get sprayed in the face with the deto? Do they know how it shoots?
Yeah,
like, I'm not trying to be smart.
Yeah, you have to take the shot. You have to take it before they can hold it. So they have to be shot with it.
So he knows how it comes. That's my point. Like, he didn't think that he was gonna like hit the trigger and then it was gonna be like a spray. He knew it was gonna be like a bang in his face.
Yeah, he knew. That's the anger. The frustration that he got to was to the point where he premeditatedly said it. Hey, Ted, I'm about to pop him. Hey, Ted, I'm about to pop him.
Yeah.
Then they said the leg restraints didn't work. Then he came back and he just shoots him in his face.
No, he took the leg restraint. He took it out his car, but he never used it.
Right, he couldn't get him on him. They was kicking, acting crazy, put the seatbelt on him. I mean, from what I seen, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they never even said that they attempted to put them on him.
Oh, no, okay, well.
No, that's what I'm saying. The guy said that he was like, here you see him retrieving the leg restraints, which he never even used.
Right, he didn't use them.
So instead of putting like the leg restraints, a hog tie.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Put the hog tie in
I know what
him.
you're saying.
You shoot him in the face with the gun that you know is gonna do that.
You know what's crazy? He's in the car kicking. They're not in the car. They've got him a little bit of a ways away. He's kicking. I guess they can hear the banging of him kicking in the car because he's been sitting there for an hour. Like, if I'm going to jail, take me to jail. So now he's pissed off and mad. So now he's being ornery and being extra because he's caught up. So now he's having a tantrum. But yeah, again, I don't see what was the purpose of. I don't see what the purpose of him doing that. But you know, let's go ahead and finish the video out.
In pain, unable to wipe his face, as Nunamaker calls for paramedics, telling a deputy supervisor minutes later.
Is he chill now? I don't know. I haven't heard him kicking my windows. Well, you know, it's a great equalizer, isn't it?
The distance from which the shot was placed was definitely way too close.
Chris Heitman is sheriff of Marys County, Missouri, and runs the Less Lethal Instructor Program for deputies statewide there.
You know, I can agree with a certain level of force, but that level arose way too high with that type of deployment, with that type of percussion weapon.
Other law enforcement in Medina County agreed. Castroville police at the scene notified their chain of command. Medina County Sheriff's Office leadership was then informed, and the case was handed over to the Texas Rangers. Less than a month after this incident, Nunamaker was indicted by a grand jury. Investigators determined the pepper spray had been discharged from the weapon at a speed of over 400 miles per hour. The solution, measuring at 4 million Scoville units, nearly twice as pungent as the chip from the infamous one-chip challenge. At trial in May, it took the jury less than an hour of deliberations to convict Nunamaker on both counts of aggravated assault by a public servant. He was given 7 years probation and is no longer eligible to maintain a peace officer's license.
A lot of it.
I want to stop right there, right? You heard what they said. He is no longer able to hold a peace officer's license, which means anywhere. I would assume anywhere, which this should be done to every officer. I believe that, first of all, I feel like an officer shouldn't have immunity. You do have a high stress level and you should get paid for your job. I don't believe in cutting them back. I believe in actually paying them to do their job, but hold them to the highest esteem. They don't have the luxury of making mistakes like that and getting angry and getting passed on. I mean, in this instance, like I said, in Texas, it's no way around that. You shot a teen in his face, close range, as if he was shooting him with a gun. His frustration was, I wanted to shoot you.
What he got.
7 years probation. But his frustration, I'm talking about, like, just imagine what type of stress that you have to be under, or what type of mindset do you actually have to have for yourself, not for anybody else, but just think about yourself to be so frustrated that you pull out a gun knowing what it does and shoot this man straight in his face, like as we see it happen with guns all day long.
I can't imagine that.
So I mean, like,
I cannot even think of what he could have been going through to make him feel like he needed to do that. That was a power trip.
You think so?
Definitely. That was a power trip. You were mad in your feelings for whatever reason because he was kicking the car. Are you serious? Hog tie him. Put the stupid mask on him where they can't spit and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, put the radio all the way up on Kiss FM so that way he's listening to rock and roll shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much other stuff to him.
Could have transported him out.
You called you had like 10 units there. Take him away.
There's mad things he could have done. But again, I don't want to say it to give the excuse to the kid for his conduct. But I do. But that's excessive force. And that's excessive force to me, with the mindset of saying, I really wish I could have shot you in your face with a real gun. Because to pull out a pepper spray gun, like you pull out the pellet gun, 400 miles per hour, smack that man in the side of his temple, you could have killed him.
It hit him in the eye.
The temple's right here, though. It doesn't either way. It's the same.
I thought you were saying it hit him in the temple. I'm like, no, it hit him in the eye, bro.
Yeah,
I cannot believe that he even still has his eyebolita.
True indeed. They said he's going to be effective for a very long time due to that. So
I'm surprised the bullet didn't go straight through at 400 miles an hour.
Well, you know,
no?
Pellet, not bullet. So
whatever, you know.
It's
what I'm
round, so it's not. It's just imagine a marble.
Like.
Just imagine a paintball.
Looks like.
Just imagine a paintball. What, his eye?
No, I don't want to see that right now. The bullet that he got shot with.
The pellet bullet. You want to see what the pellets look like? Let me see.
Is it like a Orbeez? You know what I mean?
They're bigger though. They're like paintball guns. I want to say. Okay, listen. Go ahead and type it in. Images. Okay, so there you go. That's what they look like right there. Let's blow up the screen a little bit so that you can see them since we're all the way over. You see those balls?
Okay.
So they're like marbles.
Okay.
When they hit, they explode with the powder or whatever's inside of it. And again, like he said, it was at 400 miles per hour is the speed that.
I thought it was like straight, not like a bolita.
Nah, they
Shut up.
I'm just. I don't know why you. But yeah, yeah, I'm saying like, right. You shot the kid in his face with something that looks like that. Oh, let's bring it up bigger one more time for anybody. That's a pretty nice size little pellet to get smacked in your head with. They're small. I don't know if you ever seen a BB gun. They're bigger than a BB gun. They're kind of like they're a little bit bigger than Orbeez. But yeah, they're
Cause the Orbeez hurt. That hurts. They hurt.
Yeah, it hurt. Yeah. Listen.
And he got good aim, bro.
I can shoot for real. You saying? I can shoot for real.
They were like this big. He was pegging the glasses. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. I got another story though.
Go ahead.
Because this is where it gets juicy at. I wanted to give you some alarming things to make some of us remember, talking to different audiences. But this is an old case. This is at least over 5, 6, 7, 6 years ago, right? But I was watching and I seen this and I had never heard about this before. And so it's recently popped up. But
this may be one that you just gotta play the video.
You think so? Well, let's just play the video. Because this is one of those ones.
You just gotta play the video.
Let me just say what the wording says under it. It says, "Woman laughs after burning cashier alive." Let's go.
Did she say anything to you?
No, she just poured.
Are you burned too? That's one of the worst burns I've seen. Her whole right arm sloughing off, her face is sloughing off.
Damn, so the dead?
I'd say she has less than a 2% chance.
Her brain vessel won?
Her what?
But is she like burned black?
No, she's not burned black. That's not how it works when a human being burns.
You sure about that? Because I think so. That's a little God damn it!
So if she dies, then that charge will upgrade to premeditated murder.
Yes, sir. I don't think she's gonna wake up.
March 30th, 2022 was a day like any other for the employees at a Circle K gas station in Pensacola, Florida.
This is in Florida.
You want me to hold my F-bombs today and
one of the
show me this
cashiers in
stuff?
What time is it? It's almost 7 o'clock. You want to start dropping F-bombs after 7 o'clock? I don't approve of them, but you'll be good.
What could have driven the perpetrator to do such a horrible thing? What they uncovered along the way was nearly impossible to fathom. The majority of the following footage has never been seen before. The Escambia County Sheriff's Department first learned of the gruesome assault when they received this distressing 911 call from a nearby Circle K gas station.
Okay, do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
We need both police and fire. This lady just said somebody on fire at the store.
Is she still on fire?
Yes.
I need you to go and tell her to stop running, drop to the ground, cover her face, and roll around.
This is not funny.
It's crazy. She just...
Is she still on fire?
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, no, okay. Yeah, she's still on fire.
Okay. Tell her to stop around.
Stop flashing.
On the ground. If you have any water available, douse her immediately. Where all is she burned?
Can I see? She's burned on her face, her arms, from her waist up. She's burned. Her skin is
everything.
Burned.
Both arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her arms, her face, her neck.
Okay.
Her chest.
A second 911 call came in just moments later, and once again, the background noise was spine-chilling. Seeing the carnage in person, though, was so much worse.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, where'd the girl that set her on fire go?
She gone. She just left. Yeah.
Yes, that she is going to have to go to the hospital, sir. Oh. Yeah, but EMS come in. It's going to be a trauma alert.
A quick-thinking customer doused the victim, Joey Helmick, with a bucket of mop water. The police would speak with the man, but first they had to deal with the horror still unfolding at the scene. Shockingly, even the victim's understanding of what had happened was extremely limited.
Oh my God.
Hey, did she say anything to you?
No, she just poured me.
Are you burned,
I can't set me on fire. I didn't even do anything. I just walked in the store.
Baby, how old is she?
I'm 37.
How old do you think the girl that burnt you?
Oh, I don't know.
Approximately 1/3 of Joey's body was covered in second and third degree burns.
Oh my God.
Even with the doctor's best efforts, her condition rapidly worsened. She was placed into a medically induced coma and needed life support to survive. In a last-ditch effort to save her life, Joey was airlifted to a specialized burn center in Alabama. Back in Pensacola, it was the police's top priority to track down the perpetrator and detain them before they could cause further harm.
Did anybody see where she went? In a car?
Luckily, the witness was able to give an incredibly detailed physical description of the suspect. He said the police needed to be on the lookout for an African-American woman in her late 20s or early 30s, wearing a black sweatsuit with yellow zipper details. Her toenails, he said, were painted with blue glitter polish. The description was broadcast to all the units on scene, and it wouldn't be long before the police caught up with the person responsible for this heinous crime.
Do you think she was on drugs?
Yeah.
What?
For real.
Yeah. All right, she has a black hoodie that we just found in the trash can. Smells like gas, so we're on the right track.
While the foot chase continued, other officers circled the neighborhood in vehicles. One noticed a woman perfectly matching the offender's description heading up a driveway.
Hey, you give me a video on your phone? No, go ahead, sit down there and go talk to him real quick.
We're working on that. You're being detained right now for an investigation.
Within another 5 minutes, the police dog tracked the scent of gasoline to the same location.
That's gonna be her.
Oh, that's okay. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, that's her. Put her in the car. That's the exact description, down to the toenails.
Who said I have blue toenails?
Ain't nobody talking to you right now.
This shit
We'll talk to
crazy.
you in just a minute, okay?
With the suspect in custody, the officers couldn't help but dwell on the disturbing things they'd seen at the gas station.
That's one of the worst burns I've seen. Her whole right arm flopping off, her face sloughing off.
He said
The horror,
flop it
however,
off.
seemed to be
Sloughing.
lost on the
Sloughing? What's
suspect.
that?
Like
When she
slowly
was alone
dripping?
in the back of the police car, it quickly became obvious that something wasn't quite right.
Miss, can you look out for some people? Some people, please, all these guys. I have a long way to go. I gotta go to prison. Let me get my public defender. Did I do it? No. He catch me? Everybody know I go to jail. Don't worry about it. Did I do it? I don't know. Did you see me? See me? See me? I'm real. Don't me. They ain't gonna take that. Yeah, die your knee. And she want me a butt, I die, but double the back down to the bus. Put the city in out for us. Money make me too, right? Money make me stupid.
Believe it or not, this was nothing compared to some of her later behavior, which would pose a significant barrier to understanding the crime. Before departing the scene, the police also spoke to the elderly owner of the home where the suspect was apprehended. She was a friend of the suspect's family.
She said something to you about a gas can?
That's something like that. Gas can. I ain't worried about it.
Well, we might be worried about the gas can. Where would it have been at?
She had it when she left me. She said she's going to get some gas. I said, for what? She said, I got a phobia. I got to put gas in.
Well, I didn't question it. That's what I was talking to her about. I said, what'd you do with my gas can? Throw it away?
How long was she gone before she came back?
Just a few minutes.
More of what the homeowner had to say would become relevant once the police began to untangle the complex details of what led to the horrific events at Circle K.
What do you think led to this event?
I have no clue. She
Drugs.
clearly don't got it all together.
Getting the story directly from the suspect, however, would not prove to be as easy, and the detectives involved in the case would likely remember it as one of the craziest interrogations they'd ever conducted.
Every time you're sleeping, I want you to say we should get up.
Shout out to Derek in the building.
Hi, puppy.
YouTube.
She's like, what's going on?
Hit that like and subscribe, buddy. We need more friends. Tell all your army friends too.
I seen it by blame. Gang disrespect. Don't tell me something that a black person already know. And a black person will never say, then telling a lot of people lawsuits. You disrespect me. I was already mad. It was for 2 goddamn white people in there. And for me to jump on the counter and take cash. You still mind though. You can't, this is what happened. You gave me that shit, huh? I didn't say that and walk up. You said something. The man said, you gonna monkey. Excuse my name, you came standing there, looking like a monkey. Why didn't you just call to work around to be made up for me? She gave me some gas. Yeah, well, she gonna have to come back to see her, damn. The money make the real skin, the money with the girls grand, the real skin to the thing.
The reason Betty was behaving this way would have to be determined sooner rather than later. What police learned would have a huge effect on the case, particularly when it came to the question of motive.
What's up, baby?
How you doing, ma'am?
You need something to drink? Yes, please.
You want some water or something, or what?
Shout out to Ev in the building.
Please.
What kind of soda you want?
Please, sir.
I mean, we got Coke products: Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew.
I'll take Dr. Pepper, please.
Mountain Dew.
Dr. Pepper. We have something in common. Love me some Dr. Pepper. What's your name, sweetie?
Sir, my name is Betty Jean McFadden.
Betty?
Betty Jean McFadden, sir.
Is it okay if I call you Betty?
Yes, that's fine, sir. That's my first name.
Awesome. Betty Jean.
Yes, sir.
It's a pretty name.
Thank you, sir.
Where do you stay at?
I'm homeless.
Though Betty had been picked up at a house, she clarified that she did not live there. The homeowner said that in the past, Betty and her family members had stayed with her, but that was no longer the case. This was a great start to ironing out what had happened at the gas station that day. But then, Betty's story took a sharp turn off topic.
Well, sir, I want to make a little complaint. I've been homeless, and I was on the streets. I tried to go get some heroin, and I couldn't make it. But, I'm trying to find out who the guy was.
Look at what I got.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Here you go.
I'm not blaming my mama for that, because I know what she would do. But...
Despite the brief interruption, Betty launched right back into her story. Unfortunately, it didn't make any more sense than when she started, leaving the police struggling to understand Betty's mental state.
Oh, that was about 2 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal. So, do you know what year it is now?
We should be in 2022.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, do you happen to know who the president is right now?
Biden? Why are you asking me these questions? Am I in trouble?
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Okay, sir. I'm explaining to you, listen, I'm black, so you need to listen to me because it's a complaint. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm in here, so don't get an attitude with me, okay? Listen.
Hey, look, I'm here to listen to you, and I want to hear everything you got to say, okay?
So just ask me questions. What's going on? I don't know.
At this point, the detectives made Betty aware of her Miranda rights, and she confirmed that she was willing to keep talking with them without a lawyer present. This was the beginning of a wild ride.
Thank you.
I'm so upset right now.
I understand. Hey, look, I'm just trying to get to know you because you and I have never met each other before.
Listen, this lady clearly has something going on, whether it's mental issues or drug issues that made her mental issues come out. But she literally walked into the store, poured gasoline on this poor clerk, and lit her on fire.
And she's talking to somebody that's with her.
She ain't just somebody. It's like 5 of them she's talking to. She's having a full-blown conversation with all of them.
I'm laughing because the situation is not funny.
I said it too. She's definitely not all there. She's not.
Lost.
Like, oh my God.
Let's see where she goes. Let's go ahead and see where she takes this to. Where's she going to take us? She's going to go to another level.
She's in another level. She's in another planet. She's in another universe.
Say what?
You know how we say the P.O.E, providing official entertainment, providing official education for people on Earth, and as we know, everybody from this planet,
not from this planet.
Clear example of shit. Clear example of it, right there. Just saying.
Well, we gonna fish a little bit out there. Let's just get to when she has to start telling this story. This is crazy.
We'll talk about that, but I want to get to know you a little bit.
What's that paper?
That's your rights.
In order for a suspect to waive their Miranda rights, they must show that they understand those rights, have decided intelligently not to invoke them, and have not been coerced into continuing to talk with police. The fact that...
But clearly she is not in her right state of mind, and clearly they know this by now. So what would be the purpose of even... I don't know. Maybe if she played insane.
It's stupid.
They just broke it down. Yeah.
Betty almost immediately demanded to know what the paper she just signed was. Isn't a great indication that she understood her rights.
Can you kind of tell me what you did today? Start from when you woke up until right here with us meeting.
Sir, I kind of did something that I don't know what I did. What's the next question?
Okay. So you said that you did something today because something upset you. So tell me about that.
Somebody came to me, right? Courtney came to me, said something to me, but it wasn't intended for her. I was going there to do something to try to be a criminal, which I am.
Okay. Where's there?
Oh my gosh.
You said you were going there.
I went to the store, so I had to mind my business. I just wanted to go get me soda, but I mean, I'm not gonna keep telling you. Just tell me what's going on. I'm not telling you what else.
Well, why do you think you're in here?
I mean, I know I did it. I did it.
Okay, well, what did you do?
I mean, y'all went in the store and did a criminal act.
And that's what I'm saying. What was that criminal act?
So I'm not telling you.
Though Betty was currently reluctant, her story would come out in due course. As it turned out, she was hiding more than anyone expected.
Okay. So did you go to the Circle K today? Was that one of the stores you went to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you get some gas?
It's not funny, sir. Listen. The woman that worked for me, she working in the store. She came to me, I had the gas, taking my gas. I'm not accepting it forward. Listen, it was not for her. She said to me, it was for two white people in the store, you know, to get their ass burnt alive.
When police pulled the security footage from the Circle K, they were able to see Betty outside the gas station. Interestingly, the accusations Betty made next did not appear to line up with what can be seen in the footage.
She had to walk into the store, and she's like, I'm trying to get some gas, but listen, I was going in the store, burns, because I was mad, because somebody told me I was going to do something. Listen, somebody told me that they were going to whip my man.
So somebody told you the girls in the store were going to whip you?
Listen, the next time I'm going to do, you say you're going to fight me, I'm going to stab you against the butcher in the eye. Listen, if I cut the butcher right here, her eye got to come out, right?
That's possible, yeah.
Iwu reached out to Betty directly for an exclusive comment, and she stated...
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts right now?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
I'm just amazed that the detectives
held it down so long, being cool. They already know they got her, so, but yeah.
She does, Mo. That was listen. Mo said, "Y'all can tell this lady loves her true crime." She literally was like, you know. She said there was who told her that? The voice is in her fucking head. The conversation. Oh, sorry, I cussed.
You good? It's after 7 o'clock. We're good.
You understand what I'm saying? The conversation she was having with the people she was having with told her that the people from the store were messing with her. She had to go over there and pour gas on them.
Yeah, she had two white people. She gonna really burn their asses up. I mean, clearly she's crazy, so nothing that she's gonna say makes any sense to us right now anyway. But let's keep going. Let's just see how crazy. Matter of fact, if you guys are just coming in, let me do this real fast. If you guys are just coming in, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you over to her now since we done this. So thus far we jumped through Jarvis Butts from Detroit. This man was accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl and his 4-year-old daughter as well. And the 13-year-old Nazaya Harris hasn't been found yet. We went to another guy from Detroit, Corey Allen Olson, who was on the run for 6 years.
He was on the run for 6 years
for a pedo charge, and he was getting wicked, getting crazy with it too.
And he could run.
And yeah, he could run. We got into the deputy who shot the young teen in handcuffs out in Texas. We talked about that, and now we are here.
But shot him with the bullet. ¿Cómo se llama eso?
Pepper spray. Pepper spray.
Bullet gun.
Projectile gun, not the spray, but the actual. What you call them? Balitos. Palitos.
A little bolita.
Shout out to the little bolitas. Okay, so right now we're here where Betty McFadden, a panhandling going wrong. She set this beautiful white woman on fire. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just get back to this because it's kind of crazy. But this is the woman. She's in interrogation and...
The voices made her do it.
So far.
That on the day of the attack, she, quote, politely lost her mind.
So anyway, you said you burnt that. So.
Listen, the two white people and it's still gonna burn. I tried, when I seen the glass up, I was trying to go jump and get out the register. Do they have the keys on them when you go in?
It depends. Every store's different. Every store works different. I don't know if they do. So just because again, we kind of switched there. So I just want to check. So you were trying to get the money? And
listen, that was my first attempt. Until she said to me, she was like, "Oh, what the say? She gonna come to me, man. Listen, it's not for her. If I did something to her, I got a witness." And I apologize. I know what was going on. I said, "Listen, I had something to do. I had something to do."
And you did it.
It's not intentional. I was gonna burn the black. She around here looking stupid. I was like, "Dang, no, I had to do this."
So did you decide to throw the gas on a woman because she was white? Is that
no,
that didn't matter?
No, sir.
As the investigation progressed, Betty's allegations against the clerk would be disproven again and again.
Look.
So the goal was get them burned up, get the money.
Yeah.
How come you didn't take money this time? Because you didn't go back and get money.
I could, but it's too quick. I wasn't thinking. I tried to get the money. The money still gotta be mine, though, sir. I'm not stupid.
Have you ever done anything of this before?
No.
Ever?
But I've been in trouble.
What have you been in trouble?
Aggravated assault.
Okay.
Crack pipe.
Okay.
Crack pipe.
That's all I think. I be always getting in trouble.
Okay. Did you do any crack today or any other drugs?
No, sir.
Just a few moments earlier, Betty had said something very different about her drug use.
Did she?
I did a little crack with her. It's my business. I'm still focused
crack,
on
man.
it. So, and if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Another of Betty's quick comments also led the police to crucial information.
I just got out of jail. It's kind of January 11th. I've only been on for 2 months.
There was more to this part of the story than Betty initially led on. Betty had been arrested multiple times in the past by the Escambia County Sheriff's Department.
That is
once while
beyond
completely
sad.
and inexplicably nude. However, one arrest in particular stood out
Oh,
as it indicated what could be a concerning pattern.
So wait for this
Back
one.
in June 2019, Betty was arrested for throwing a rock at a convenience store clerk who asked her to leave. When the police arrived, Betty scratched and bit an officer while they attempted to place her under arrest. While there's no footage of the arrest itself, Betty's behavior in the police car was dishearteningly familiar.
I don't collect your rock, nothing.
You don't got no rock. You come on, man. Don't tell me.
That's when she was smoking it every day.
Hold up. See, can I get up?
You see how smart she is?
I want to. They're gonna take me anyway. Okay, I'm out. Hold up. Shut up. You're not getting.
She been talking to
But
them.
you're not gonna get any more. And if you choose to stick in, I'm gonna keep scratching you.
According to Escambia County Sheriff's Department reports,
They've been talking to
Betty's
her.
mother did not believe her daughter should have been released from jail due to her continuing issues. As the interrogation continued, the full extent of those issues would be brought to light.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to understand. Is when you decided that you were going to go in the store and burn her. That's what I'm trying to understand.
And she says something to me. And the director told her when she said something to me.
Okay. What? And that's what I'm trying to find out. What'd she say?
Listen, I had the gas tank in my hand, okay? She came to me, just suggesting trying to be rude. She's supposed to go in the store, mind her business and work. She just walked in going to the store.
The security captured some of what Betty described, but not all. She was out front with a gas can, but the only person seen interacting with her was a fellow customer. Clearly, there was more going on than what met the eye, and the footage would reveal a chilling series of events.
I asked somebody I didn't have no money. I asked for somebody for some money. They gave me some money. She came and got out the car. You know, I got the dang, what is it called? The gas tank?
Gas can?
I got the gas can. I've been asking for a gas can. Nobody want to get me one.
That's right. Betty didn't even pay for the gas used in the vicious attack.
Oh my gosh.
More security footage showed Betty walking into Circle K with the woman she spoke to outside.
How'd she get the gas if she didn't pay for it?
She just told you somebody gave her money. Listen, shout out to Dave in the building and Ev. It definitely is a combination of drug abuse and mental health issues for real.
Sure. Smoking crack. That's the old crack. That's the 80s crack where people used to see like the 90s crack was different. They ain't act like that in the 90s.
The first video she was skinny, como un crackhead, skinny. Y ahora thought she's big. In the second video, she eating a little bit.
She probably just got out.
You know what I mean? It was a little healthy and went right back.
I ain't never see crack like do people like that since the 80s. That shit was in the 80s.
Maybe it wasn't just crack.
Who knows? This lady, we're going to give a little bit more of this, but this lady's off the chain.
Two waited in line together, and according to the police report and receipt on file, the woman paid for Betty's gas. Just one day later, the woman who paid for the gas posted on her Facebook, "I gave this MF $5 for gas, and this what she used it for."
Wow.
Another thing of note on the security footage was the fact that Betty never approached the checkout counter or appeared to speak to Joey directly.
She went to go rob her.
Waking from her coma, Joey was able to talk to the police and tell them her side of the horrific story.
When's the first time that you remember seeing her?
Just after I put my food down and turned around, and she was in line like she was going to buy something.
She was fiddling around with a gas can. What exactly was she doing?
Kind of looked like she was opening it, but I didn't know if it had anything in it. I thought she was maybe trying to buy some gas.
Even though she was able to give this brief statement, Joey's survival was far from guaranteed. The security footage showed that once the gas was paid for, Betty exited the store and filled the gas can, her terrible plan now in motion. When she returned to the store with the full can, no one recognized the impending danger.
I don't know what's going on, but she got it.
Okay.
I went in there, on school day, throw the gas on her. She threw me. I threw the grass on her. She ran back there. I had matches in my jacket.
Okay.
Ripped the match. Threw it on her.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how people burn. I ain't give a...
So you didn't care whether they burned or not?
No. I seen her burn on fast. Shit, flames going everywhere. I just walk at the store.
Joey also couldn't add any more context to the senseless attack.
And you said she poured gas on you, it got in your eye. Did she say anything to you?
Mm-mm. Nobody said anything to anybody. I looked up in the doorway to, to come in the office, and all I seen was a match, and she just stood on me.
Betty's own recollection failed to account for the true horror of the attack, but the security footage would reveal the full extent of the senseless and terrifying act. Currently, though, the focus remained on Betty's version of events.
She just pissed me off. I got mad. I'm mad. He said it.
And once you're mad, there's no going back, right?
Yeah, but she still got to attitude when she said it to me.
I got you.
Yeah.
So it was less about what she said and more about how she said it?
Everything she said. Listen,
I got you.
it wasn't even about no color, man. I don't see color like that.
All good. And the only reason I bring it up, you brought it up. So I'm just trying to make sure I got my head wrapped around it, okay? Because again, I want to understand what you have to say.
Even after speaking with Joey, the source of Betty's rage remained a mystery.
Had you ever seen her in the store before that you recall?
Never.
And so you don't recall having
Mo
any
said
interaction
80s
with her
versus
that
90s
day
crack.
or any other time?
Word, 80s crack. Have you seen New Jack City?
80s crack versus 90s crack.
Word, 90s crack wasn't act like
he said LLS.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I mean, in the end, the lady passed away.
She did?
Yeah, she died.
Oh my God, that's so sad. For nothing.
As you see, drugs.
That's so
For
sad.
drugs.
I thought she was gonna make it. I didn't know she Dito.
Yeah, she
That's
was.
sad.
Yeah, she died. Are your eyes moist?
No, but that's sad.
Nah, it is. It is sad. It definitely is.
That's really sad.
You want to finish out? Want to watch? Are you interested to watch the rest?
No, not that I know she passed away. No.
Oh shit! Like damn, like.
No, because I mean, listen to her for what? You know what I mean? Like, she's a basket case. We know she's a basket case.
True.
She's gonna keep going on about the basket case, and
that's why I was stopping.
I was watching it because I felt like, oh my God, it was gonna be something like, the girl pulled through, and this is that and the third.
How about we do this?
But like,
let's go to it. Let's see if we can push it towards the end a little bit. Let me see if I can drag it down a little bit.
I don't want to give her no more clout.
No more clout. Okay, no more clout. No more clout for her.
I gave her enough already. Ja was waiting to see what happened to the victim. We know she's a basket case.
Okay.
And she's right where she belongs. She passed away. She ain't walking away from that.
Oh, did you? Oh, well, you know what? Let's move on to other things. Okay, you make it. I mean,
¿De verdad?
Nah, because you know what's crazy?
What?
How numb I realize I am to a lot of this stuff. Like, TV wise, I mean, probably in real life, I probably would have felt so much different, but I'm so used to seeing the stupidest and silliest things when it comes to, like, that's why I be on my angels and alien stuff lately, because I needed something, a refresher. I'm tired of the pedophile stuff, but you know what? We can get it.
¿Tú hiciste eso?
Okay.
Go to the next one. I don't hear myself no more.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
What she said. Okay. We're going to get next to this. Go ahead and jump into our dock workers. Mm-hmm. Have you heard about what's going on with the dock workers and these crews?
I did.
Shout out to...
I was warned that this was going to happen, and I didn't believe my source.
My source was Mike. Our cousin Mike Della's husband, Mike. That was my source.
Okay.
Michael Teasley, that was my source. He shot it to me 2 days ago, I believe. It may have been 2 days ago, whatever it was. And that it was going down. And when I seen it, I was thinking like, damn, was he telling me like I can go get a job over there or something? I was like, I didn't even...
No, this person told me, remember I told you the dude from... that has like that kind of tapped into the FBI that I know? And they had was like, yo, show me how.
Yeah.
He told me. He was like, make sure you stock up. I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, stock up on your...
No.
Yeah, portion not moving.
Yeah.
Take a look at this and let us know. First of all, how's the show been so far? You think it's been pretty good?
I think it's been very entertaining.
Were the things that I brung up today, were they a little bit dark, wrenching?
You were on the dark side today.
No, dark side. Yeah, I just...
Even though everybody loves our new background. Shout out to you and
hey, well, thank you for...
switching it up.
Listen. If you like the background... he
got our mug shots up there.
I'm just saying. You know, we always try to, always try to keep it lively, keep it going, because again, we are kind of like a news reaction show. We're not actually a podcast. We do a lot of the, reacting to the news. We give you that proper education.
We talk about real topics.
Right, so But we're gonna jump into.
What? I didn't say.
No, you didn't say anything wrong at all. I'm actually proud of you. I want to give you an applause.
Thank you.
Shout out to matter of fact.
Give me my flowers while I'm here.
Let's go a little bit of your music tonight. Well, welcome to the P.O.E Cast. That's right, I said P.O.E, not Pa, but P.O.E. P.O.E. Providing official entertainment, providing official education for the people on Earth. And as we know, everybody on this planet, not from this planet. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the dock workers today. Dock workers across the U.S. go on strike. What does it mean
for you
to the supply chain? Let's get into this.
We are also following another major story.
Whoa, this video. Did you see I says the video is no longer available? They took that off fast. Let's just see if it... Ooh, they took the video away from us. It doesn't make a difference. You know what? That's okay. What I will do is go ahead and just bring up another one. Let's see. What
they be hating.
Yo, they literally... I was just up. They literally stopped the video. Okay, let's go. Strikers.
Oh, santo de bien.
On dock. Yes. Let me go back to your Spanish music. Yeah, strikers on dock. Let me just put that in there a little bit. Okay. That's too long. In Baltimore, it turned... Well, let's go to this one then, since it's new breaking news.
We start the top of the hour this morning with a Fox 5 News alert. Thousands of dock workers are on strike, causing ports across the U.S. to close.
Yeah, in total, 36
ports
ports shutting down, including the Port of Baltimore. Melanie Allenwick is there right now live, and she appears to be telling us since this morning that it's been heating up there, and it hasn't been a pleasant sight for many folks, especially the drivers coming in.
That's right. So for some people, I think it might have been a bit of a surprise. However, this has been in the news that it could be happening for a few weeks now. So you can see the picket lines behind me here. And this is the main entrance to the Port of Baltimore, the Dundalk Terminal. And you'll see they're walking around the picket lines in circles. Now, Baltimore police were here earlier reminding the picketers that they cannot block the entrance to the port. The longshoremen walked off the job at 12:01 a.m. There was confusion and anger as picketers initially tried to stop trucks from entering, and it did turn violent.
I come here for 7 years. I pull the trash and the debris out of here for the Port of Baltimore, and the officer told me to come back and go in there to get out of my way, and they attacked me and broke the windshield and lacerated my face.
Yeah, he's got a concussion.
Look at it.
Now, we don't know exactly what happened. The union members said the truck hit one of the picketers as they swarmed around it. We did see an ambulance come to assist, and we know that that gentleman did speak with police officers. Again, we'll let the authorities sort out exactly what happened there. Now, 45 members of the International Longshoremen's Association, I'm sorry, 45,000 members. That's a big difference in a number, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have all been asking for a 77% pay increase over 6 years and a ban on automation at their ports, a threat to
77%? Is that what he said?
Over, I believe she said over 6 years, yes.
77%.
Over 6 years, and they're standing strong. 45,000 united together. You see, they shut it down. They shut it down. Listen.
77%.
So you want to finish playing the clip, right?
Yeah, we go. Yeah, let's go ahead. It's almost done. We go ahead and finish out.
Their jobs, they say. Now, most retailers stocked up on goods prior to the strike, but if it lasts more than a few weeks, supply chain experts say it's consumers who are going to feel the direct impact of higher prices and product shortages, especially for things like fresh fruit, coffee, and cars. The U.S. Marine Alliance, which represents the ports, said it offered 50% pay increases and an agreement to keep current limits on automation, in addition to increased contributions to the retirement plans. But apparently that was not acceptable to the union members. We don't know what the next steps are in terms of the negotiations. Now, we do want to let you know that West Coast ports do remain open. They are a different union and working under a different contract, and many supply chain leaders have rerouted some of their goods and supplies. But on the East Coast, it's going to have to be a wait-and-see situation as to how directly everyone is impacted. I want to let you know that, again, we are going to try to get an interview with one of the local union leaders here as soon as we sign off. And if we get anything from their point of view, we'll be sure to bring it to you.
$77. They offered them 50%, and they
said no.
Shout out to the unions bossing up.
Yeah, and they stuck together.
That's why they don't want a lot of these companies. They don't want the nurses to have unions. They don't want none of these corporations to have unions.
Depending on where you are, they have it.
They should have it everywhere. You're one organization of nurses and people who work in the medical staff. You guys have it at the hospitals?
I don't know.
They need to have it. You would know if you had it. So that's what we need to have. I think, again, like we was talking about the police, it's just certain ways that these people can handle things to make things better if they really want to make things better. But then I heard her say that the prices would go up. What would make the prices go up if Kamala's in office right now and she's stopping the price gouging?
If there is demand but no supply.
That's called price gouging. If you raise the prices,
they're going to raise the prices on the stuff because it's in demand. They need it.
That's called price gouging.
It's going to happen.
Right. So we shouldn't have to worry about that right now because she says she's going to stop it and she's already in office. So the price gouging thing shouldn't be an issue at all. the prices shouldn't go up. That was one of her major concerns, is the price gouging. They're not doing that. It happened with COVID. So I'm not worried about that because Kamala Harris is in the building, correct? And we doubt if she's going to let that happen. Don't we? Or don't we? I don't know. I was being a little funny. That's all.
Oh.
Well, speaking of Kamala, excuse me. Do you know who this woman is?
Yes.
Miss Iris?
Yes.
If Miss Iris 2. This is Miss Iris 2. I don't know if she's, because
I know who the woman is.
Okay, so if you've been sleeping under a rock, right? Was that last Tuesday? I brought it up about Candace, and she's been on a rant, and lately, again, people ask me, does it really matter if she's black? And I said, it didn't in the beginning to me until it became like, she's black. And then it was this argument about she's black. And then people were going, she's not. We did the research. We found one table that kind of went with the opposing side. And then we found another table that explained, like, hey, no, she's black. What are we talking about? But with Candace and what she has done, and again, shout out to Candace, because she claims that she's doing this on the strength of the Jacksons, because she doesn't like what Kamala did to Michael Jackson, or what she had to say about Michael Jackson, and she doesn't like the fact that she tried to check Janet Jackson. And they got heat over that, right? So they have a little history. The Jackson family and Miss Harris, they have a little bit of history. If it's really significant to anything, to me, a lot of that is like, you found one clip of her talking about the situation with Michael Jackson, found one with Trump saying he agreed, yada yada, whoop de whoop. At the end of the day, isn't that the same thing that Trump did when he did the South Central 5, the Central Park 5?
Yeah.
Negatively spoke on something and they were innocent. So no, I mean, again, to me, that's just the play. That's the play on. It's not really policy or nothing. That's just really how you, what would they be? How you gaslight, not liking the person or anything.
Okay.
But I'm giving Candace. Listen, I like Candace because she's very smart. She's very intellectual. She doesn't make mistakes. I haven't seen a spot yet where Candace has got caught in a 2x2 and couldn't get out of it, because she's real good with her words and she's real articulate. So what we're gonna do is I pulled this up. It's a few clips because I just watched the live she did earlier. Episode, will it be 75? I believe this is 75. So this is episode 75. She did the 74. She's been going back to back with If You Were Living Under a Rock Again. She has done what we couldn't do, and she found the birth certificates, death certificates, a lot of family things that are making Kamala Harris not look black, I guess. Would that be it? Is that what the whole conversation really is, that she's not black again?
What is she?
Well, I guess listening to Joe Brown, I don't want to bring up Joe Brown because I know last time I brought up Joe Brown, they'd be like, you can't talk about Joe Brown. But I'm just saying, it's like Janet. These people live in an echelon and in a world that we have no idea about until they become relevant to us, right? So we don't know what they've been going through, what they've been doing. We don't know this. So the only way that we know about anybody, like with the Puffy case, we need people that were there who know him to speak up. You know what I mean? We know about the victims, but until everybody else comes out and then they have to say something, we're already like, ooh. But I mean, it's the same type of situation. But yes, this is as of right now, the information being found is that Ms. Barrow, the black woman that was in the picture before, matter of fact, you know what? I actually have timestamps for this. She was at like 6:32. Let me see something. Let's go to 6:32. Let's go find out. Here we go, right here. Remember this picture with Donald? That would be his, I guess, his grandmother or mother?
That's Donald J.
That's Don. Yeah, that's Kamala's dad.
Is that Kamala what?
That's Kamala's. Is that Kamala? I thought that was Donald right there. Because the same picture is with Kamala later on, when she's older. She got the bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. She has those on, looking really like one of us from the 80s.
Oh my God, that is bothering me. Sorry.
Oh, because I thought she was acting like that girl from the thing. You started swinging and touching things, and the hair ain't there. Anyway, so let's go back. Let me go back over here to 432. Well, matter of fact, let's go ahead and start right there. And if you haven't been watching, we can talk about this together. Tell me what you think. Elaborate what you think thus far on this. Right? Just let me know.
And I've just been carefully organizing things because we have time. We have a little bit of
Candace is not us.
runway ahead of the election, and I want to make sure that I get it right. So we left off interested in Vioris Cambridge Harris McPherson, okay? This is a woman that we believe is Kamala's grandmother, or her mother, really. She looks so much like her. But anyways, her true grandmother, not Beryl, a woman who I believe looks a little too much like Kamala and has been rather conspicuously just left out of the family Jamaican heritage story. So I'm just going to show you the side-by-side of Kamala and Vioris. And we then learned, because someone pointed it out to us, that actually Vioris's birth name is Iris. I can't believe I missed this. I produced the birth certificate and obviously did not read it for details. But yes, if you look at her birth certificate again, it actually says in that second column that her birth name is Iris. Now that explains why whoever created her profile on Ancestry.com put Iris in parentheses. On that far side, it says Vioris Anita, and that's her baptismal name. As I've been going through all of these documents, I realized baptismal names are very important, or were at this time, because they then used them and pretended that it was their legal names on other documents. But yeah, so when we see that, and we go, okay, so we now have a grandma Iris. That's very interesting. We know that this woman was born in 1927 in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, and her last name was Cambridge. And I'm wondering, and I'm sure you're wondering, could she be the Miss Iris that Donald refers to so affectionately throughout his piece? He claims in that piece, by the way, that Miss Iris's ancestry is unknown to him, right? He also claims that that Iris that he mentions is his grandmother. So it would be Kamala's great-grandmother and not her grandmother, which I suspect she is. And I'm going to show you the extremely black woman that we are shown a picture of. A picture that he claims he captured of Kamala sitting on Miss Iris's lap.
So that's Kamala and not Donald. Okay, because I thought it was Kamala before, but I was seeing something I must have got misconstrued with the conversation. But again, if this is Kamala with that woman, that would be her great grandmother or her grandmother?
That's her grandma.
Her grandmom. Okay, just to make sure. So let's go now, because you remember she had made the comment about how it was all stern and she didn't look like it was the people, and I was like, that don't make no damn sense. Grandparents was different back in them days. But then I didn't know about the help, and I didn't know that people used to take pictures with the help. So we're gonna find out a little bit more about this. It was interesting. I don't know if this is true, but let's go. We're waiting. Come on, Kamala. Come on, Candace. You can do it. You can do it.
Received, by the way, a note from a woman who is in her 70s who swears that she knew this family and that woman there worked for the family. As we work to get in touch with her, she's a bit older. Trust me, I am on it. I've reached out. I'm going to actually place a phone call later on today to try to see if she'll pick up her phone, if she's easier to connect with that way, to get to the bottom of whether or not she really does know
What you say?
family.
Most said, isn't that her great grandmother in the picture?
That's what I see. I thought the same thing. I thought I was under the assumption this would have been her great grandmother, not her grandmother. But this is supposed, the dark skinned lady is supposed to be Donald's mother. See, that's why I was confused. Mo, you're right. I was the same way. I'm still trying to. I've been lost on that little thing. Matter of fact, you know what? She just broke it down. Let's go back to see what she said again one more time.
Miss Iris that Donald refers to so affectionately throughout his piece. He claims in that piece, by the way, that Miss Iris's ancestry is unknown to him, right? He also claims.
Let's go back a little bit. Hold up. Let's go back a little bit.
She gave it for details, but yes, if you look at her birth certificate again, it actually says in that second column that her birth name is Iris. Now that explains why whoever created her profile on Ancestry.com put Iris in parentheses. Okay. On that far side, it says Vioris Anita, and that's her baptismal name. As I've been going through all of these documents, I realized baptismal names are very important, or were at this time, because they then used them and pretended that it was their legal names on other documents. But yeah, so when we see that, And we go, okay, so we now have a grandma Iris. That's very interesting. We know that this woman was born in 1927 in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, and her last name was Cambridge. And I'm wondering.
So yeah, if she was born in 1927, that would be grandma. That would be Donald's mother. That would be her grandmother, not her great grandmother. Because for our parents, for me and Mo, we understand our parents. And shout out to our parents, their 50th anniversary. They're having a great time on their 50th anniversary. I was married, one woman, one man, 2 kids. Beautiful, shout out to them. But our parents were born in 55. And our grandparents were born in the 20s and the 30s. My grandparents. Now, Kamala's 10 years older than me. So, that'd be her grandmother. Now, it's possible to be a great-grandmother because my great-grandmother lived a long time. She outlived most of her children. So, again, it's crazy, but that date, she definitely would have had to been the grandmother, I would think. Unless she was having babies well, you know what? Let's just leave that alone. Because back then they were doing stuff.
Or you're wondering, could she be the Miss Iris that Donald refers to so affectionately throughout his piece? He claims in that piece, by the way, that Miss Iris's ancestry is unknown to him, right? He also claims that that Iris that he mentions is his grandmother. So it would be Kamala's great-grandmother, right, and not her grandmother, which I suspect she is. And I'm going to show you the extremely black woman that we are shown a picture of. A picture that he claims he captured of Kamala sitting on Miss Iris's lap. Now, I have received, by the way, a note from a woman who is in her 70s who swears that she knew this family and that that woman there worked for the family. As we work to get in touch with her, she's a bit older. Trust me, I am on it. I've reached out. I'm going to actually place a phone call later on today to try to see if she'll pick up her phone, if she's easier to connect with that way, to get to the bottom of whether or not she really does know this family. She claims that she worked for the family for so long, didn't want to leave, and that is, in fact, a picture of the help, which would be wild. Absolutely wild if we can get somebody to confirm that. What we do now know for a fact is that Iris Cambridge, so going back to, I'm going to have to start calling them like White Iris and Black Iris, like just because I think it's easier for you guys to know who I'm speaking about. So White Iris, who died in Broward County, we know for a fact now that she is related to Kamala Harris, and I'm going to tell you how we determine that fact. It is now undeniable.
She got white family.
Kamala Harris was effectively handed the torch from Biden after they staged an effective coup back in August. CNN couldn't help themselves and immediately ran an article, instantly reminding the world that Kamala's black. She's Jamaican. Instantly, let's blackify her immediately. Here is the article that they ran. And it essentially had a title like about her Jamaican roots or whatever. And embedded in the article, it was a man named Sherman Harris. And he was speaking about his second cousin, Kamala. I'm just going to read this to you. It says, 3.5 years ago, Sherman Harris gathered together a clutch of family and friends at his home on a hilltop here in rural Jamaica to watch his cousin step into history. As Kamala took the oath of office as Vice President of the United States, the room erupted in screams and tears, he recalled. Quote, even talking to you now, I feel some sort of tears from my eyes, too. You know, Sherman Harris, 59, said in an interview with CNN. It's like tears of joy. So later throughout that article, he claimed that Oscar Harris, that would be Kamala's grandfather, Donald Harris's father, and his father, Newton Harris, were brothers. So that would make Kamala his second cousin.
Right.
Okay? Now, if my theory is correct, that would mean that he knew White Iris very well, because we know that White Iris and Oscar Harris were married until death did him part, until he died. Well, guess what we found? That same cousin Sherman Harris, who was featured in that CNN piece just from August. We were crawling through Facebook. We found his Facebook page, and he posted a sweet tribute to his Aunt Iris, White Iris. It was a Facebook posting of White Iris's obituary, and beneath that obituary posting, he wrote this tribute to her. There it is. You can see the third one down says Sherman Harris. Rip, Auntie, you're never forgotten. Lasting memories of shared episodes. That is the exact same Sherman Harris pictured in the CNN article. And again, this was posted under the obituary of the Iris Harris that died in Broward County. So this confirms that Iris, the white Iris, is indeed related to Kamala and Donald Harris. If
Okay, I have to stop right there. So, hearing that thus far, do you think, like...
I need more facts.
You need more facts?
Need more facts.
But her having a white grandmother that was married to her grandfather that she never mentioned and nobody ever mentioned, or even the father doesn't get into details. Not saying that any of this is, it could have been a family secret. Like nobody, it could be family secret things, type of things, right? Because these things happen. People find out they wasn't the parents of somebody years and stuff later. You find that stuff. So, I mean, but you need more proof as far as what, that the white Iris is her family, or that's her grandmother, because it would still be her grandmother.
I need more proof.
Okay. So let's go. Let's just keep going then. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go.
Telling the truth, this would make Iris her grandmother officially. Kamala Harris must answer for this. She absolutely must answer this. You cannot be posting up pictures of you with a black woman saying that it's your grandma, okay? You cannot do that. And then come to find out there was another woman who you look much more like, and we have all of the evidence in the world that she is your true grandmother. That is just, it is too wild. It is just too out of pocket. We are going to need answers to that. Because if what Sherman Harris, who was interviewed by CNN, is saying is true, then there is no room here. There's no situation in which Black Beryl, this woman, is her legitimate grandmother, okay? And by the way, I want to say, just keeping up, looking at this Beryl, she in no way favors Donald Harris. Let's get a side-by-side of Beryl and Donald Harris. Like, what are we even speaking about?
Mo said, I've watched this entire series. Candace is on that bull.
Yeah. So do you think any of this is true, or she's just making this up though? What part of it, is bull? That's what I'll be trying to figure out. Like she's doing the due diligence, right? She's doing the research, and she's found family members, find out that Donald has another brother and family, and that the father did get married. So this all is true. I guess what she's alluding to though is that this woman, again, is not the grandmother. This is not the grandmother or the great-grandmother, because I'm still confused on that part. I'll catch on with it later, because I didn't watch all this. I wanted to watch it with you guys to get it. It's better for me to do it that way, because then nobody thinks I'm...
He said, no, she isn't.
Huh?
He said, no, she isn't.
She's not family? Well, then that's, that'd be great, but again, that's why I said all these last names...
So, Mo, do you believe that the white Iris is Kamala's grandmother? Or do you believe...
Through marriage, or at least through marriage.
Whatever. Because they're trying to say the white Kamala is not through marriage. They're saying she looks like her.
No, right, yeah, that's what she's speculating on. I'm not touching that part.
Let me ask my question.
Okay.
Mo, do you believe the white Iris is her grandmother? Or do you believe the black Iris is her grandmother? Which one do you think?
Well, no. Evie said, so are you saying that so is she saying he's not black? Because I'm looking at him and it mighty clear to me that he is. But again, if you know any people from India, they are our complexion as well. And I mean, I
also said confusion. Candace is doing her job, creating confusion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I say.
First off, that lady isn't white. That's what he said.
Oh, the one that looks white.
Mm-hmm. I only said white Iris because that's how she refers to them in the
white
video.
Iris, black Iris,
so,
right?
Yeah.
But I get that. But the problem is, if the woman that she's pulled up, she's got a birth record, she's got her information, she's got her family name and everything, she is considered white.
And F said he's not Indian.
Well, the father's not Indian? I mean, the father was what? The father's supposed to be Jamaican. That's what I would thought. The father was supposed to be Jamaican and the mother was whatever. Even if she was white, that's still black. Jamaican is not a color. We need to stop doing that. But I agree with that. She's right. He's not Indian. He's black. His father's supposed to be black. This shit is all crazy. It's all crazy. But you know what? Where there's smoke, there is a fire.
He said, yeah, white Iris is funny.
Yeah, it is. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's see what else they got going on.
That's what she called it. So
yeah, white. Yeah, she called it white.
If you put this together, how are you getting a barrel from this woman and Oscar Harris? I don't see it. Now, again, genes can be funny, but then when you put him next to our white Iris, I go, okay, look at those squinty eyes here. I could see a little bit of a similarity here. He does seem to somewhat favor her. Again, now we're just believing our own eyes and asking the right questions. What we do know for a fact is that woman on the right, Iris Harris, is related to Kamala Harris, and we need answers, okay? We need answers. Now, also last week, we left you on a tidbit. We were searching for a Christopher Harris. Do you guys know that? I'm going to briefly jog your memory here. Christopher Harris was the, at the time, anonymous person who signed off on Oscar Harris's death certificate. Now, we were just imagining, okay, we're looking for information on Donald. We know Oscar Harris was married to Iris, Vioris, whatever you want to call her. And I would just imagine that Donald would have been there by his father's side when he died, because when your father dies, you tend to be by their side. Well, I'm going to pull up that death certificate again. This is, again, Oscar Harris's death certificate. And you can see on the bottom there, number 16. If you go right there to the bottom, it says qualification, meaning the person filling this out. The qualification is that he is the son of Oscar Harris. And then it says something about the body being buried. And he signed it off. And we were going, okay, who is this Christopher Harris? Like, this would mean that Donald Harris has a brother. This means that this guy would be definitively be Kamala's uncle. Where is he in the world? We were able to locate Chris. He was also featured in the Kingston Gleaner. That has given us a lot of information, the newspaper, in an article that was dated back to June 24th, 1983, announcing the Council of Jamaicans in Ontario, Canada. I'm going to show you a picture, okay? See these pictures of these people. That one in the middle is Chris Harris. Presumably, that would be Oscar Harris's son that he had with Iris Vioris Harris, okay? It says in the bottom there, the newly formed Council of Jamaicans, and it tells you, again, from left to right, that you're looking at a man named Bromley Armstrong, and next to him is Bev Hayden, and that person who looks rather fair-skinned in the middle is Chris Harris. I find it rather off-putting that Donald Harris does not mention many of his siblings in his piece about his Jamaican heritage. It seems like he's continually leaving out the white people. That just makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I'd almost say it's racist. There's abandoned an entire...
Well, couldn't they have been like stepbrothers and sisters or something like that?
I don't know.
I mean, the great-grand, not the father of Donald, the father of Donald married Iris, the white Iris. They have the marriage certificates and stuff for that, right? And they have a kid named Chris as well, which means that Donald and Chris would be either brothers or half brothers. Because if he married the white woman and you have a Chris here, then you could still say, like, yeah, she could have had, it could have been, because there's no marriage. They said there's no marriage certificate before for the other guy, whatever. It was some other story about another marriage certificate. But I'm saying, like, couldn't it still be like maybe like stepbrother, like half brothers? Like if I get married to, we have kids and then we have a kid and then I already have a kid, the kids would be brothers. Like they're brothers. They have brothers, have sisters. So if he married the white woman later on down the line, couldn't technically Donald like? Am I losing you? Like, does it make any sense? What I'm saying? I don't know.
I hear you.
I'm trying to rationalize it.
Ev said, not Candace trying to disapprove someone is white when she hates being black.
Yeah, see, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, if I just want to tap into the information at hand, like. Are we saying that none of this stuff that she's doing is true? Because we've never known Candace not to just blatantly say anything. Because that's why it's shocking to me. I'm like, yo, this is shocking to me too. I'm like, she's going down a rabbit hole. I don't know. But she's going down a good ass rabbit hole. It's interesting, and she clearly says she's trying to make sure she gets the information before the election time.
And
so she's on one.
Elite shut people up.
She's on one right now. So her digging, I'm saying again, if we haven't seen nobody dig like this. Out of all the news information that came out, it always takes somebody.
Can't help it.
Yep. So let's go.
Outside of your family, like, don't you find that quite weird that piece so much focuses on introducing and discussing everyone who's black, but you leave out your own siblings? We've thus far, by the way, been able to locate 2 other confirmed siblings. So these would be the siblings of Donald Harris, the children of Oscar Harris and Iris, our white Iris Harris, who died in Broward County. He doesn't mention them. Did Kamala have a relationship with them growing up? I don't know. And I want to be clear, we still cannot find much information about Donald Harris himself. We did find some old newspaper clippings of a Donald Harris, which we are working to confirm it's him, that was involved in a lot of plays.
Yeah, she's
theater,
on one.
And in drama in Jamaica. And I'm going, okay, well, the piece that I read about him, he was constantly speaking about the farm and the lessons on the farm. It would be wild if he turned out to be another theater kid, because you know that I have had my fill of theater kids and them being put into positions of power, a la President Zelensky, Justin Trudeau, Emmanuel Macron. So I'm really hoping that this is not the right Donald Harris, but again, we're working to confirm it. Still cannot find his birth certificate. I still cannot find really anything else that would make him seem legitimate to me. Like, I can't find Donald Harris.
Said I'm still waiting for some concrete evidence of all the crap she's talking about. All I hear is her commentary accompanied by some pics that could be interpreted in any way.
Yeah, true. I agree, especially with the pics, like the light skin. Again, that's why I said she could have 2 different sides. But this is what I won't take from Candace. You have to give. You can't take everything from a person. She didn't make it to where she's at for being a lame brain and stupid. She's not at all stupid. She's highly intelligent, so she can still be a fuck girl. Let's not get it twisted. She can still be a fuck girl if she don't like what's going on. We can say that. But I'm saying, listen, like you said, right now it's speculation because we haven't gotten the same paperwork that she has. So if we're taking that on face value to say, look, she's done the research. She's saying, I can prove the research. Bring me to the table. I'll do it. I have to give her credit to know that she's a fighter. She's not somebody who just talks crazy. She's not a Donald Trump. She doesn't say something left field and then can't articulate it back. Whatever she says, she's on it. So I want to give her credit. I don't want to disrespect her and not give her credit on her researching skills. I just want to say.
Mo said, I've been watching and popping tabs. She's lying. I actually did research.
Okay, well, see, listen, that's what I'm talking about. Well, your shows is on Wednesdays now, right?
Well, this is why I said that, I needed more evidence. I said that. I said I needed more evidence. I wanted to hear more. I can't just go based upon what she's saying, even though I know she does her due diligence and be, fact checking. It's nothing wrong with listening to what she has to say and then doing your own fact checking against it.
Facts.
But she's putting it out there that in her research, this is what she found so far to connect whatever dots she's going and, the rabbit hole she's going down. And that's why I said she's on one, because she will not let this go. She wants to find out the truth.
Either way or another, I think if she finds out that she's right, she's wrong, she'll say it.
Yeah, that's my point.
As a woman, I give her that credit.
Either way, that if she's right, she's going to be like, toot my horn, I told y'all. Or if she's wrong, she's going to be like, yo, I did my fact checking and I found this.
Right.
But regardless, I do believe that she's going to continue to bring forward all the evidence that she has, because for whatever reason, her own reasons, she's on one.
You don't fuck with them Jacksons, boy. And
she's on one.
Don't mess with them Jacksons. Let's go.
Let me take a quick pause.
No, go ahead. What you say?
I've said she's not stupid, but she has a Republican and she's trying to prove Kamala is not black.
Oh, yeah,
and then Mo said she didn't do any research.
Oh, okay.
And what I can say about that is she does say in her videos, if anybody is able to get their hands on whatever information they can, send it to me. But she doesn't just go off of that. What you do send her, she's still fact checking. She's still going behind.
That's all I wanted to say. We got to give her some. We got to give. We talk about this black white stuff. Give a black woman credit. I don't care what she married to.
Really, I can disprove that notion easily.
Ooh, I know you're not gonna do it tonight. I know you're not gonna do it tonight because you can call in if you wanted to.
You know the number if you want to call in.
Just call my number. We ain't even gonna do anything else.
That's what I say. He knows the number.
Because I know you changed the show to Wednesday.
You can, if you would like, call in. It's your options. Call in or or call in.
Yeah, I was about to say that was kind of. I was about to say, yo, how you?
Serious. Call in or call in.
Yeah,
because you can disprove
But I'm saying
it, so I want to hear what it is.
Yeah, if you want to call in,
I know
call
it's
in.
too much to text, so I was gonna say either you can call in or you can text it. But I know it's a lot that you want to.
But I will be there
call in.
tomorrow. Because Mo 3 times has moved to Wednesdays.
That's right, guys.
He's
Because
on Wednesdays.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe I'm saying it right. And Roger Goodell told him, "I need you to move."
Shout out to Roger Goodell telling Mo 3 times he needs to switch his show.
I need you, please. I'm
Yes.
begging you. She is not fact checking behind them. She's only black because she's only black because she can't hide it. She hates being black.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Everything she speaks on is about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to. I'm not going to do her like that. Bro. I'm not going to trash talk her.
I don't agree
like
with that statement.
Yeah, I ain't going to do that to her.
Hit me up tomorrow at 7:30. Talking shit and getting clicks.
Yes,
I think he
talking
got
shit and
something
getting
in
clicks.
store. Ooh, excited.
Yeah, at least we know. Now it's on Wednesday, so don't forget Wednesdays at 7:30. Be there, be square. You won't be seeing Thursdays. Will be running a little bit longer now. She's got her Thursdays and run a little crazy. So hey, we're gonna do what we do. But okay, let's get back to some more information. She has some great information so far, though. Hey, whether it's true or not, let's get into it. But dissect it.
Here to thank one of our sponsors before we get into this next really interesting tidbit about the Kamala Harris scandal. First and foremost, I've been telling you guys about Hallow because so many people are recognizing that it is a time for prayer and people want to have a deep prayer life but don't know where to get started. Well, I get that, and so does Hallow, which is why I'm excited
Maybe
to
a
tell
lot
you
of
about
things, but
Hallow's
crazy
new
ain't
prayer
it?
challenge, How to Pray. Prayer can be such a
I ain't
daunting
crazy.
thing to undertake.
That woman
Where do you start? What do you
does
say?
not
I
hate
remember
being
when I was
black.
learning about
I would love for the
baptism,
evidence for
all
you to
how
show
many
me where it
different
says that
practices
at,
there
or
were,
where she
when
says
it
she
comes
hates
to
being
prayer.
black at.
But does
I
not
mean,
have to be
opinions are
overwhelming.
opinions. You can have
Hallow's
yours
new
and I have
prayer
mine,
challenge will
but she don't
take
hate
you through
being
daily
black.
sessions over the next 2
Yeah, I don't. I mean, you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm just reading the comments.
Oh yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. You know why you can't do that? Because yeah, she married a white man, but
She
that's
said
like
kissing up to them white folks
prayer
every
life.
day of her life.
They'll teach you how to pray through scripture,
Like
how
I
to
said,
do imagined
opinions are
figures, how
like
to incorporate
assholes.
prayers
Everyone has
that
one.
have been around for
And a
centuries
lot of them
and so
stink.
much more. You'll get a new guide every day, and some of the guides include Father Mike Schmitz, Jonathan Rumi, who plays Jesus in The Chosen, and Mark Wahlberg, and many others. The only way that we can get through these crazy times is by getting closer to God, and prayer is the best way to do that. So download the Hallow app for 3 months free at hallow.com/Candace. Again, that is hallow.com/Candace. All right, guys. Now,
Hallow.
so many of you emailed me about Alves Cambridge.
yeah, we're done with that. Then we're not going. Oh, you want? I don't want to get into the Upper. Okay, you know what? Fine, let's get into the Upper Cambridge.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Familiar with that? Never heard of that name. It's okay. So, Alves Cambridge, interestingly enough, is the brother of our white Iris down in Florida. Okay, she had a brother named Alves, and they lived near each other in Broward County, and they were extremely close. Many of you guys pointed out to me that I missed in her obituary, and I did miss this. I don't know how I did, but there were so many pictures of her and her family, and so many pictures of Alves and his wife of 68 years with Iris. They were extremely tight knit. That was all very true. And Alves Cambridge passed away in 2020, and in his obituary, there were some things that were of interest and sent me down various rabbit holes, and I'm still collecting that data. But I want to show you his obituary, particularly the second page of it, okay?
Let's go.
So this is his obituary. It goes on and talks about how he, worked 6 days a week, opened a hardware store, and worked in Jamaica through 2 fires that destroyed his business. He persevered and rebuilt to the mantra that you can destroy the tree, but the roots remain untouched. Talked about how him and his wife, Vaughn, loved to travel around the world. Yes, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to speak to you guys about Vaughn, but first I want to introduce Alves because, like I said, there's so much information, it's important to slow it down. Look at this third portion here, okay? Al would want you to know that he was a Freemason and visited many lodges around the world on his travels. He was also president of the Jockey Club for a time. Okay, so this means that when this man passed away, he wanted the world to know. This is, again, Iris's brother Alves that she came over with on a ship. We found the ship logs. I believe it was in 1958. She came over with him on a ship, and they settled in Miami-Dade. And he wanted the world to know after he passed away that he was a Freemason and he visited many lodges around the world. Now, this is a great time for us to pause and discuss Freemasonry because...
Yeah, so what? So what? She said that the father and the mother was a communist, so that they switched identities. See, all of that stuff that when they're talking about her being a fuck girl shit, I get that because all that, I get the speculation. That's for the entertainment. But she's taking her facts though, and then she's throwing out ideas and hitting your brain. But I still want to hold on to the fact that she is using facts to do exactly what she's doing. Now, again, she's quick to say, I'm not sure, which is at least is the politically right thing to do. But you can still put out your thesis on an idea and say, I'm not sure, but this is where I'm going. This is why I'm going there. So as far as conversation intelligence, knowing not to put your foot in your mouth too fast, I respect that in great conversation. Yeah. So again, that's why I said I'm not knocking her. I don't know none of these people, to be honest with you. So it's amazing to me. Just that she went down this rabbit hole and we went down this one first with the pictures we found. We was like, yo, how does this work? Mm-hmm. And then when we did another research, we found a whole nother set of things. It was like, oh, no, they got that wrong. Yeah. And now she's bringing forward, we're talking about what, 3 months we've been going through this? Mm-hmm. So, again, like I said, as far as your presidents and who you vote for, that's who you vote for. But we're just talking about identities and who people are and the fuckery that could be or could not be. Again, she could not know about her family. Could have been a family secret. It could have been a big family. So like I said, that's why I don't even want to take away from and say that Candace is lying, because it can be a family secret that nobody, and that's what happened back in the days.
It happened a lot.
It still happens now.
A lot of people have those things where it's like, yo, that's your sister, knowing damn well that's your mom. And I ain't your mom, I'm your grandmom. It happens.
It happens.
Still to this day. So.
Well, the video I pulled up that day, the last one I pulled up when the mother Terry came and told her daughter, yo, I got pregnant with you at 16 and your mama took me and gave you to my sister. So yeah, a lot of that happened. So again, like I said, to me, I just like to do the same thing. I like to just have an open-minded conversation and thought before I start punching anybody, calling them straight out, just doing them dirty. Because I would hate that she be telling the truth and she happens to hear the podcast and then call me. You know what I mean? And then wanting to have the conversation, and all I can do is rhetoric because I really don't know. So you know what I mean?
I would love for Candace to have.
But listen, Mo say he did fact checks, and Mo say he got some proof. I can't wait.
I would love for Candace. Could you imagine Candace?
Yo, if she go, I ain't seen her go down yet. So listen, Mo got. Listen, one thing I can say about Mo is that when he gets into his,
Candace is purposely misleading people and sensationalizing Kamala Harris's lineage for views.
Okay, and
that's what he said.
Okay, I know you. I will be there and be square. Yeah, but let's go. Let's see a little bit more because it's starting to get a little stale to me with this part. But let's go.
There are so many different elements, cultural elements of this, which I think a lot of Americans have the wrong idea. Either they don't think Freemasonry is real, or they don't believe that Freemasonry is relevant, or they believe that Freemasonry is innocent. And I'm going to speak about all of those things. So first and foremost, what is Freemasonry? Full stop. Okay. So during the late Middle Ages, the world was united under the Holy Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so if you
I'm not about to rock out about the Freemasons. I know my stuff too, and that's just a whole nother category. I'd rather just stick to the topics at hand and her talking about. So as you've seen it, we just got into the conversation of Candace's new episode. This came out a couple earlier today. This was the latest one. She had the Chucker joint on.
I did say I would like to hear more proof.
But you know what's crazy?
Even though it's her giving it to me, and I'm not just saying, oh my God, it's Candace. Everything that comes out of her mouth is the truth. Right, it's facts. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. Even though it was her delivering it, I still need a little bit more facts. I need some more stuff. Like she said, I'm going to talk to the lady. I'm going to give her a call because I know she's older, so maybe it'll be a little bit easier on the phone, But just that phone call alone, for me, doesn't solidify it. Right. How the hell you really know this lady was working for them? Right. You know what I mean? So I can say, like I said, she brought some interesting points up. Now it's up to you to do your own due diligence and look into it. And could she be doing this for views? Yes. But guess what? The views are getting up there. And if she was doing it about Donald Trump, the views would still be up there. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to play on it. And right now it's election season and she's going in and she's on one.
She's playing close. All right, listen again. Because you got to say, let's just say that based off of the information she has right now, the weddings, the marriages, and that aspect, right? She's saying, okay, this is a family that we didn't know about that is connected to Kamala. She said it. She said when Iris died in Broward County, they didn't bury her for 2 weeks. And that same when they buried her, Kamala had something that was right down there, maybe 20 minutes away or 2 days away. So they were saying that she might have went to go visit the family earlier. And this would be personal things that you don't have to. I mean, it's not something that you want to know. But I think because of the way that she's brung it up, people are waiting for Kamala to say, like, listen, is that your grandmother? Was she married to your grandfather? Do you not know? You know who this person is? You said you were 17, 18, 19, grown, standing next to your grandmother. So at some point, you don't know about the other Iris. We call it the white Iris. We call it about the white Iris that was married to your grandfather or your great grandfather. You don't know about any of this. So what she's doing is she's presenting enough information to make the person who, like us, we're just readers and watchers, to bring forth some type of idea of who she is. Like he said, either good or bad. He said she's pretty much gaslighting the situation. But again, I would say the best way, if any of this has any factual basis, the best way to get out of it for me with Kamala, if this is your family, is just to step out. Because Candace is one of those that's going to get somewhere with her name and with her messages and what she's talking about. So right now she's at, she's at almost 1 million views for this one. The one she just did right before that, is she live now? Oh, this is one she was just live 4 hours ago, I believe. It's not giving the numbers right now, but again, she has a nice size conservative and liberal audience. And so if she steps out into this arena, especially in a game that she's playing, and she has none of this.
He said Kamala ain't responding to that.
I mean, I don't know, not right now. But you think the way this is going, if there's anything down the line, she's gonna have to respond, bro. You have to respond. It's like a rap battle. You have to respond in politics. If you leave people in open in the air, if a people calling you a snitch and you don't address it, the world starts thinking that what? You're a snitch. So even if it's not real, she's being called out. She's in a school fight and they got the sticker on her shoulder and Candace did knock the stickers. It's knocking the stick off. And right now, we're at that 2-3 seconds when you don't punch her yet. In fast time, in political time, I do think there's going to be some type of response within a week or so though. For somebody, even if it's not her, even if they have like Jay-Z got his handlers to come out and speak for him, like Steve Stout and like that, somebody's going to have to come out and speak on her behalf because it's catching wings. That's all I'm saying. It's catching wings. You just can't ignore it because you don't personally like it. Because even if it was me after a while, hold up. She can't do a ditty and wait for the tape to drop and then go, I was a bad time. I was in a bad place.
Candace the new Rush Limbaugh.
Yo, you know what? I see that. I see that. She's the black Rush Limbaugh though. Rush was actively on his stuff, so who knows? But listen.
He said, "You're right. I'm going to respond tomorrow night."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, this is the P.O.E Cast. We rocked out with you guys. Again, let me go ahead and break down. This is $2 Tuesday. Before we go and do anything, just let people catch up. This is $2 Tuesday. This is the P.O.E Cast. That's right. I said P.O.E, not Pod, but P.O.E, P-O-E. Providing official entertainment, providing official education for the people on Earth. And as we know, everybody on this planet is not from this planet. We spoke about Jarvis Butts, who's from Detroit, who just did some disrespectful things to this 13-year-old girl, and his 4-year-old daughter gave her a damn STD. Corey Allen Olson, who's from Detroit, who was on the run for 6 years for also pedophilia. He was finally arrested, tried to run away. We spoke about a deputy who shot an unarmed teen that was in handcuffs with a pepper spray pellet gun right in his face.
With the bolitas.
Yeah, with the bolitas. And Betty McFadden, this lady who just burnt the cashier up because, as we've seen, no reason. She just lost her damn mind. We spoke on the strike a little bit. We went through that, talked about the strike and how can it affect us, toilet paper and shampoo and all those good things that is still at the port. And then we finished it off with Candace and her new enlightenment on is this woman right here, Kamala's great-grandmother, grandmother. Is she white and is she mixed up? Who knows? But she's doing. This is what's going on. This is the P.O.E Cast. We want to thank you guys for coming out. Anything else you want to say, love? Anything you want to say?
I do want to say shout out to Mom and Pops.
Shout out to 50 years,
50
baby.
Beautiful years together. And
and we got birth certificates and we got records of our family too. And we didn't have no money. we know who our great grandmothers is and our grandmothers is and everything. We got all the pictures. So
I did.
Yeah, you know, for you to be,
the family reunion was dope.
Yo, I would just suspect that she's gonna at some point speak out, because you're not gonna just talk about my family and tell me what the hell I am and I'm not.
You ain't gonna talk about my mom. We talk about pigs.
I just would think, you know.
I'm playing about her, yo. I'm playing about my mama.
I'm just saying. So hey, listen, hey. Huh?
¿No teniste ese video to play?
What video?
Que el tipo estaba dando mierda, the guy.
Well, you can do that on Thursday night. You can save it for Thursday, man. Shout out to you guys. We out of here, man. We love you guys. Peace.
Bye.